How's the chase?
Chase is pretty good. I mean, it's tough. I feel like it's a little better though because last year was my first time doing it, but this year I kind of got a good grip of it. So, just trying to attack it the way that I did last year, even a little bit harder.
What is the difference year two now with Coach Taggart? Obviously, everyone has an idea of what to expect. Everything was so new with everybody. Now everyone is at least probably on the same page with expectations, correct?
Yeah, I mean, everybody kind of knows who Coach Taggart is now. So, now everybody has an expectation to him, and he has an expectation for us when we're out there. So we're just trying to execute and, one step closer to winning the ACC championship. So.
I know one of the topics of conversation in this offseason is the culture of this team. How are you seeing the culture of Florida State football change, and what are some of the steps that you guys are doing to get it to where you want it to be?
I mean, just like any family, any brotherhood, any new team, once you get a year under your belt, once you start hanging out with the guys more and more, once you guys start doing more activities and start grinding together and everything, I mean, everything's going to come together. And, I feel like we have a lot better bond this year. Dudes hanging out with dudes that you would have never thought of last year. So I feel like that's one major thing.
Do you guys, as a year in, is now, rising sophomores is the phrase. Do you guys feel more comfortable having your voices heard and speaking up now that you've had a season under your belts? Yeah,
it's a lot better. It's a lot more confidence behind what you say now because you actually been in the fire. You actually been through it with those dudes compared to as last year where we were talking off of motivation and, telling them to do all of these things, but we never really actually did it with them. So this year, I feel like we got a better say.
You went through a position change when you got here to doing something completely new. How did that go throughout the season, and how much more comfortable do you feel now?
I mean, I feel better. I feel a lot better now about the position because, as I've gotten smarter with my football IQ, I realized, I really didn't switch positions. I'm just doing more for my position. I'm able to blitz off the edge. I'm able to go drop back in zone coverage. I'm able to go and cover somebody, go and able to play in the middle of the field. So I'm able to do it all. This spot is just more versatile for me, and I see a lot of dudes at the next level playing this spot that are DBs and some of them that are linebackers. And, it's just like a hybrid spot. So, you got to be able to do it all for this position. And that's something that I actually learned as I started playing it throughout the season.
You're playing football during a time where a lot of different things are asked of, like you said, guys who play your position, where you have to be more physical at the line of scrimmage at times, but also go out and cover tight ends and running backs and wide receivers at times. How are you kind of seeing the sport evolve in the position that you play?
Honestly, I love it because, it just shows my competition. I can cover linebackers, not linebackers. I can cover receivers, I can cover slots, I can cover tight ends, I can cover running backs. Shoot, I can blitz, I can play zone, I can do it all in a matter of one series on the field. So it just shows my versatility, and it shows how valuable of a position this is. And it just shows how valuable and how much time and effort I have to put in to play this spot. So.
And there's no secret, no one was happy with how last season went. Is this a critical season for Florida State football in needing to show progress and showing steps in the right direction?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's pressure because, we have a standard. We didn't live up to it last year. So it's like every single day we have a standard of excellence. And this year we're going to have a standard of excellence, and that's just the standard. Anything else is uncivilized. So, that's just what we have to do every day. We got to attack that mindset. We got to attack every day. Like, we're trying to win the national championship. And we got to do all of the little things right in order to get to that. So, we're pushing each other. We're pushing guys who feel like they might not be into it today, who might not be into it the next day. Dudes is pushing me. I might not be feeling it this rep, but I know that my brother on the left and on the right of me is going to help me get to that goal. We all have one common goal, and that's to bring this school back to the standard in football. Every other sport is doing it, so now it's on us. So,
the coaching staff remained intact on the defensive side. What do you like about what Coach Barnett has done, and how did you kind of see him grow as the season progressed as well?
I mean, honestly, we had those talks about, me moving positions. He kind of helped me out and eased me into it, just letting me know what are some things that they're required of playing this spot. You know, some things that I have to work on, some things that I don't necessarily have to work on because I already have it, you know. And last year we kind of focused on making sure I'm playing in the box as well as I'm playing in space, you know. So that was one of the main things that, you know, he was talking to me about. But, I mean, I already knew he was a good coach. You know, I looked at him when he was at Michigan State, and when he came here, it's just crazy because it's kind of ironic. There was a story, you know, my Bible study teacher in my junior year, he wanted me to go to Michigan State with his son. But I told him, I was like, I don't want to go to the cold weather, you know, I don't. And he was like, you know, we got this good defensive coordinator, everything is going to be good, like, you know, he's a good coach for you. And I was like, you know, I appreciate it, but, you know, I don't want to go where it's too cold. So, you know, I ended up coming to Florida State, and he ended up being the defensive coordinator here. And he ended up calling me like 2 or 3 days later, and he was like, this is the coach that I was talking to you about like 2 years ago. And it was just ironic. I remember I even told Coach Barnett the story too. So,
was your friend right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely right. Yeah, great coach.
The other side of the ball, but obviously one of the leaders on the team is always looked at to be the quarterback. James Blackman looks to be that guy. Mm-hmm. What are your impressions of James as a leader and what he brings to this team?
I mean, he's a great leader, you know. He's a great leader. You know, he's a good teammate. You know, everybody feeds off of him. You know, he feeds off of other people too. And it's like, you know, you need those people that's always going to turn you up every day. You need somebody who's going to bring that juice every day. And he's one of those dudes on the team that can definitely do it.
Go back to Monday night last year, Virginia Tech, standing in that tunnel waiting to run out and then running out. What was that experience like?
Man, that was probably one of the greatest experiences I've ever felt in my life. Like, I was speechless, you know, growing up watching that, you know, and then me actually being in it is just something completely different, you know. So, I mean, I can't really explain it. It was just surreal. You know, I'm just like, man, like, this is actually happening. Like, I'm in this tunnel. Like, Derwin James, Jalen Ramsey, Jameis Winston, LaMarcus Joyner, like, all of these FSU greats was in this tunnel, and I'm in the tunnel too, you know, wearing that garnet and gold with them. So